weekly breakdown.
Yeah.
Number 120.
Nope, mine says 420.
Yeah. Tyler, Keith, Sam, we're here to talk about a few things here today. Probably just start off here with the biggest news of the week. The sad news is that Chris Cornell of Soundgarden, Audioslave, Temple of the Dog fame has passed away. Apparently by suicide.
Yeah, it was like only a couple hours after they played a show in Chicago.
Maybe.
I think it was something like that. They just played a show that night, and then they found him the next day.
Yeah. They ended their set with a surprise cover of "In My Time of Dying" by Led Zeppelin, and apparently, yeah, he hung himself in the bathroom. So his family though said, or his wife said that he was like talking to her after the show. Maybe it was before. I don't know. I'll pull it up here. And he said that he might have accidentally taken. Maybe not accidentally. Hold on. Let me just find it to make sure I got the right quote here. Which I don't know how much this would really change things, but still.
It's a weird thing, like, and it's sort of morbid in a way, but like how
What, death?
well, that's morbid in itself, but like how just about every if I were to say name the 4 biggest grunge bands, and you would probably go Nirvana, Alice in Chains, Stone Temple Pilots, and Soundgarden, and all those bands, all of their singers have died, and early.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow.
And all from suicide or drug overdose.
Yeah, so it's like, wow.
Yeah. Anyways, from this, Chris Cornell's wife said, when we spoke after the show, I noticed he was slurring his words. He was different. When he told me he may have taken an extra Ativan or 2, I contacted security and asked that they check on him. Apparently Ativan is like an anti-depressant.
Yeah.
Or whatever. So that could be the cause that led him to that, which is shitty. If that truly is the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, anti-anxiety medicine. Yeah, I mean, it's just... I woke up to go to work and got a text from Luke that he sent to all of us and was like, holy shit, Chris Cornell died. And I was like, no way. That's crazy. And then look it up and yeah, it's true. It's just, I don't know. For these older bands, like, this is going to happen more and more often with our generation that enjoys those bands because they are getting older.
But I mean, 51
yeah,
is not...
To be saying Chris Cornell died like this soon, and I mean he still had a lot of life left in him. It just doesn't feel right to say. Not that death ever really feels right to say, but I think out of the deaths of musicians that happened recently in the past few years, this one's probably been the one that kind of hit me the hardest in a way. Because the 90s grunge bands were very influential in me discovering music. And especially Alice in Chains and Nirvana, probably the biggest too. And I didn't get, 100% into Soundgarden, but I did really jam a lot of their stuff. And it's still just, like, that is such a tragic ending to someone that has just a tremendous amount of talent. I mean, he's one of the best vocalists that I think rock music will ever see.
Oh,
I mean, he there's no one that sounds like him. Nobody that could do what he did. In just sucks. I mean, it always sucks when these things happen, but you know,
Yeah, because
sucks too.
like Soundgarden's probably one of my favorite.
Yeah, and they're such an influential band.
It's just and like they kind of like have like their own thing. Chris Cornell has very unique vocals, and I've always liked his vocals. I mean, you know, fucking Spoon Man's one of my favorite songs like ever. That's just a really good song, and it's one of those things where it's like sometimes with like some bands you're like, you know, you kind of alluded to it's gonna happen eventually, but it's like again to wake up and to find out that this happened. That's like it's really really sudden, and it's just wow.
Yeah, it's like you wake up and you hear Chris Cornell died, and you're like, man, that really fucking sucks. And then as the day goes on, you hear more and more of like, oh, he might have committed suicide. Oh, they're ruling that he did commit suicide. In that way too, it's like, wow, that just sucks. I just can't imagine, you know, being his family and being, especially like his bandmates, of being like, we just performed with him hours ago,
yeah,
and now he's gone. Oh,
kind of shit's got to be hard to process.
Yeah, really is. I almost feel ashamed to say this too. I only saw Soundgarden once, and I left part of the way through their show because we had lawn seats and it was pouring fucking rain, like probably the worst rain I've ever experienced at a show. It was like raining so hard it was like unbearable. It's like we stayed for a little while and then we just left. And looking back on it, it's like, well, now I absolutely really regret that.
Yeah.
So that's a lesson.
It's the kind of thing it's
probably
like I've never seen Soundgarden, so it's like, man, now I don't have the opportunity to.
Yeah, and I will say the show I wanted to see Soundgarden obviously because I never saw them before. They're iconic band, all that stuff. But I wasn't there 100% for Soundgarden. It's just don't walk out on bands because you honestly never know.
Yeah.
Never know when, you know, someone might pass away or when they might break up or whatever. It's just, that sucks. And learning about that, I got very sad. I'm like, wow, you know, I feel really bad about that. Sucks. Even just sit through the fucking rain. Fuck it. Do it. Yeah. Got any thoughts?
I don't want to be an asshole, but I just never really, like you said, never really got into Soundgarden. I'm not saying anything bad about him. He has a really good singer, but that's about all I can say. You know, if it was someone that was more, I guess, in my world of things, like when Neil deGrasse Tyson dies, I'm gonna be upset. But I guess it's someone that I just never really. I'm not saying it's not a bad thing, but it's just I guess I don't really know anything too much about the guy. He's a really good singer, but that's about all I can say. I feel like an asshole saying that, like, not like, oh, I'm gonna miss him. I used to listen to his music all the time. He was a good singer. You know, I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, he just didn't have as much.
It's almost better than to just be like, oh, you know, I used to listen to his stuff all the time, and it's just like. Even like I'll admit, like I'm not the biggest Soundgarden fan. I
know Black Hole Sun, Spoon Man, Audioslave stuff. He was good in Audioslave. Like I liked Audioslave.
Mm-hmm. It sucks. Audioslave was so short lived.
Yeah. Like Audioslave had some good music.
Yeah. Anyways, Chris Cornell. Rest in peace.
That's gonna happen a lot more now, though, when you think about it.
Yeah.
Like, it seems weird to say, but Ozzy's time is limited. I mean, his time has been limited since like the 80s. Yeah. But I mean, his time is limited. All the guys in Led Zeppelin are getting older. Everyone in Black Sabbath is getting older. Somehow the Rolling Stones are still going. I mean, I know people make jokes about that all the time. They're still going. AC/DC is getting older.
Iron Maiden.
Priest.
Yeah, like that's kind of stuff. It's
Yeah.
sadly, it's going to become a lot more common here in the next couple years. So,
anyways, it's always hard to transition out of these type of things, but talk about something else over in the video game space. Destiny 2.
That was a bad choice.
I mean,
hard left turn, but it's okay. How do you transition from stuff like that? I mean, I think we said that every single time we've talked about news like this. It's like,
Speaking of gardens, the Black Garden, which is in the first Destiny.
Yeah, but yeah,
Soundgarden, Black Garden, Destiny.
I will
Destiny
say though,
2.
Spotify has a really, really great playlist of nothing but like Chris Cornell music, of like his solo stuff, Soundgarden, Audioslave, Temple of Dog, all the bands he was in, and it is a fucking killer playlist. You should jam that shit.
I have to do that. I didn't know that happened, so I'll have to do that.
Anyways, video games can distract you from bad things in life at times. So Destiny 2 had its big reveal event in LA.
I was surprised Deej didn't make an appearance during the whole thing.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to see, because he's the only one that I know from Bungie off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Because they couldn't wait until E3, I guess. Because they had just so much awesome stuff that they had to show off right now, and all the gameplay and like everything that they just needed to they couldn't wait until E3.
Yeah.
Which I don't understand.
Well, if you do it this way, you get the spotlight just on you. Like, I mean, you think about it, you go to a lot of the video game websites, there's probably more Destiny articles than there would have been if it was just at E3.
Oh yeah, because like who knows? What if
Red Dead?
Like they have like a big Red Dead thing happen at E3, even though Rockstar doesn't usually do big things at E3, but they haven't talked about Red Dead yet, so I feel like they would. You know, that's probably what people would talk about.
Surprise stuff.
Yeah,
God of War's probably gonna show off some more stuff. I wonder my dick's gonna get hard for that. You know, I brought this up earlier, but you never know. Like BioShock could be the thing. I don't know, but yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So they talked about a lot of stuff at this event. They talked more than they showed. So they kind of started off by showing gameplay of, I guess, the opening mission, Homecoming, to Destiny, where you're literally in the tower as it's getting destroyed. You have to fight your way out, and you basically lose your home. And, you know, the Cabal dude shows up and straps this big fucking thing on the Traveler, which looks pretty cool.
Big strap on.
Yeah. But
big chastity belt, you're not allowed to get in that shit anymore.
What you saw with this opening mission is a lot more cinematic stuff, you could say, a lot more fluffier stuff that, you know, makes everybody go, ooh. And just stuff that I feel that you would probably see in a more grounded first-person shooter, like a Call of Duty or something, where, you know, characters are going off, like Ikora and Zavala going off and doing shit. That type of stuff. I thought it was funny that I think it's your first objective is to defend something.
To defend the...
which is hilarious.
to defend the whatever, the escape ships or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I like the like just the look of it, even though it still looks very Destiny. I just like the new, like, whatever shading or just the way the things kind of look now. I kind of like it's updated, I guess is the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, like, I mean, it still looks sort of similar, like your super bar is still yellow and all that stuff. I just felt like the UI just looked a little bit more just sleeker, I guess, which is cool.
Definitely.
I mean, I enjoyed what I saw. I think it confirms that super tight gameplay that Destiny had is still going to be a thing, and hopefully even better, which is cool. So they showed off the new subclasses for all the classes. The
Arc. I
just want to get the names right.
No, I got the Arc Strider for the Hunter.
Thrower and
the bucket thrower.
The Anus.
which is
Sucker.
Arc Strider, which is essentially Arc Blades.
Yeah.
In a way, Arc Blades 2.0.
Dawnblade.
Dawnbreaker. Dawnbreaker.
Dawnbreaker.
It's a Dawnbreaker.
That was already. That's already a class.
Is it Dawnblade? I thought it was Dawnbreaker.
Dawnbreaker is the. Isn't that the Warlock?
It might be.
Dawnbreaker. Isn't that it?
Sunsinger. That's what the other one.
What's Dawnbreaker then? I don't know. But yeah, it's Dawnblade.
There's probably something.
It's probably something.
I also haven't played
throw
Destiny
blades
in
and stuff.
But like there's the Dawnblade, which is basically like
basically the
Warlock.
Titan, but you can fly. Titan with hammers, but you can fly, I guess.
Yeah.
And you can slam into the ground.
And then the Sentinel, which is like an offensive version of the Defender subclass, where you get like a shield. And it's kind of like you pull like a Captain America. You can fucking throw it at people and it bounces around and do shit. So,
which could be fucking cool, man.
So like I mean, they all look cool. I hope there's more than that. Like either the old ones show up, and maybe with more advanced skill trees. It looks like there's more abilities. Like there's 3 ability slots down there. So who knows what the other one is.
I don't know. I'm a Warlock guy, so I'll probably do Warlock again. I was very happy because, I mean, that out of all the new Super showed off, I'm like, that's the one people are probably going to talk about the most. Warlock's getting it this time. Because I felt like, you know, when the Taken King came out, it was, to me, like the Titan with his hammers or the Hunter with the bow. And
Still call
then even in the but it's not as fucking cool looking as the other ones. And then even in the base game, I felt like the Nova Bomb and the Sunsinger aren't as cool as the Golden Gun or, you know, Arc Blades. And your fucking fist pounding. What's that called?
Titanfall.
Yeah, Titanfall.
Prepare for Titanfall.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited to play around with them. I think they all look cool, except I mean the Hunter one looks cool, but it's just a little bit too similar to me.
Yeah.
To the Arc Blades. Crucible.
But it's a staff.
Yeah.
It's different. It's Gandalf.
Yeah, that's true.
Gandalf.
It's so different though.
Crucible. It's now 4v4 across all game modes instead of 6v6. There's a new game mode called Countdown, which demands that players assault one of 2 enemy strong points, set a bomb, and then defend it. Which sounds like it could be pretty intense and fun. Basically, Bungie just taking Halo game modes and put them in Destiny, because why not?
I also feel like maybe this is like an answer to like how I guess a lot of games are doing less like kill-based things and more super objective. I mean, like with Overwatch is the
with
obvious
Destiny,
big one.
that makes a lot of sense. You know, the more objective-based stuff, the better.
Like Rift is probably the best game mode I thought in Destiny. Just because Rift
cool.
was like, hey, you don't have to kill. I mean, yeah, killing a lot helps, but it's like, yeah, you can just run the fucking Rift in and boom, that's how you get points. Whereas every other game mode, or zone control, which they never had around enough, it's like, yeah, you don't have to kill a lot, you just have to hold this point for longer. So it's just because sometimes it seems like all you gotta do is kill things, and then you'll win eventually. You just do a lot of good
like
killing.
What was the game mode in Mario Kart 8 that we played, where you have to hold the star for a certain amount of time?
Yeah,
like I like
Shanty.
that kind of concept.
Yeah, that stuff's cool. So it'll be interesting to see if the.
I know that's totally related to Destiny, but
I get what you said. Like that kind of like, here, you gotta hold this thing for a while.
Mm-hmm. It'll be interesting to see how the 4v4 changes things, if at all, compared to the 6v6. If it maybe makes it less frustrating of always getting just screwed all the time. Be interesting to see how Trials then works with another person. That'll be cool.
But they make the maps smaller.
Yeah, probably. I would imagine.
I assume they might be going more towards like arena style game mode.
Yeah. Also, one thing I heard is that, which maybe
Bird is the word.
Yeah. So one thing I heard, and I'm not sure if it's confirmed. I mean, there's gameplay out there. I just haven't watched any of it. Is that because it's 4v4, they now tell you like when the enemy has their super.
They'll tell you when the enemy has their super.
Yeah, like that type of information.
Confirmed. You heard it here first.
Yeah.
That's cool though.
Yeah,
So it's like,
I mean, that
so
could
now I'll
be
be like,
really,
well, I gotta watch this,
Especially
watch out for this
Just
guy.
hide, let all my teammates get killed.
in trials, that could fucking change a lot of shit, because that's something where you kind of got to guess, like, oh, they haven't used their super yet. They probably have.
They're probably saving it so that they just make sure they win this last round.
Yeah, and now it's like, oh, I know they have the super, so let's try to, defend that in some way.
Let's try to force them to use it, hopefully.
Yeah.
Get them to waste it and just get shit to happen.
Yeah, so that could be really neat strategically.
Strategery.
There's four
George
new
Bush.
areas in this game. The European Dead Zone, Titan, which is Saturn moon, Nessus, which is a planetoid overrun by Vex, and Io, which is a moon for Jupiter. They all seem pretty cool. They said the European Dead Zone's the biggest area that they've made for Destiny yet.
Which,
We'll see how that
could
turns
mean...
Corporate buzzword there.
Yeah.
Big.
Which leads us to the other
Open
thing.
world. Big. Interactive.
Is that the one thing they're focusing on is exploring the world, making it more interesting.
Freedom. For players.
Yeah, exactly. Having more things to do. There's going to be these things called adventures, lost sectors,
Oh.
treasure maps.
Adventures.
which could be cool. And then there's supposedly heroic public events, then obviously more patrols and all that stuff. So hopefully, because that patrolling in Destiny is fucking by a mile the worst part of that game, in my opinion. And hopefully this makes it worthwhile. Like, hopefully we can go out and, like, oh yeah, let's just run a few lost sectors, go in some, those things, they're apparently like dungeon-like areas, and at the end there'll be a boss and a chest with some loot. Hopefully that stuff can remain challenging all the time and get rewarding stuff at the end, So we'll see.
It's just the thing, they're seeing more of that with games now. Like vaults in Mass Effect, and what were they called in Horizon Zero Dawn?
Cauldrons.
Cauldrons. Now they're gonna have like dungeons, implementing dungeons into open world games.
Like shrines in Zelda. Similar concept.
Well, I mean, Zelda's always had like dungeons and stuff like that, but kind of taking from Zelda and putting that in the game.
The one thing that I hope with patrols, more so than anything else, which is
that they fuck off.
Yeah, they fuck off. But like, maybe if they had like different patrol levels for areas, because it was just like, you're gonna run around on Earth, everybody's gonna be no more than like level 8. That's like the highest enemy type you're gonna, and it just kind of makes it not fun, because you're just gonna mow through everything. It's just idle movement. If there was at least a chance that this could be difficult, then even just running around and doing patrols could be fun. If it was actually somewhat difficult. The same kind of thing with these lost sectors. If it's like, if they kind of scale to you, that'd probably be a smart thing to do.
Yeah.
But it's like they added a couple other things. Like there's the map. You can pull up the map in your game, which is like, which for Destiny is super like, oh wow, this is cool. But for other games, it's like that. Like but you can see like public events. Like instead of like having to like guess, like I hope I run into a public event, you can look on the map and be like, no, there's.
Or going to a fucking website that's maybe guessing what's right.
And another thing, you don't have to go to orbit in order to go to other places.
That honestly might be the single biggest and best change about this game. I mean, that should have been done probably with the Taken King, but that's something that they're stressing is like removing barriers. What did Luke Smith say? It was something along the lines of removing barriers to getting to the point where it's your gun in the enemy's face.
Yeah.
They're trying to take out as many things as possible. So it's just get to the best part of Destiny, which is the gameplay and
is there
doing
be
stuff
orbit,
with
though?
your
I think there will be.
teammates.
I think there will be, because I mean
Probably.
that could be just like a loading thing to sit like, if you're like, okay, we're just waiting for one person here, let's just sit in orbit instead of just dicking around and patrol. I wouldn't be surprised if there still is, but
I'm gonna stay in orbit all the time if I get the game.
if you get the game. The one thing that, again, bringing that
I
whole...
want to miss being in orbit and we select a mission like we're ready to go and you keep resetting the countdown. I want to miss that.
Don't want to miss that. That's like the best part of the game. But like they mentioned how, like, I guess only 50% of players of the game had ever completed a raid.
The first raid.
Just this first one, I thought they just so like,
which it's probably even less for the other ones.
So they were talking about this thing called guided games, where So first off, the whole clan system is in game now. You don't have to go to Bungie.net.
The clan is in the game.
The clan's in the game.
Yo, apparently the clan's in
the queue
in Coreyville tomorrow, or
don't
today.
say the name of the town
today by this point. Today by this point.
Yeah.
But
say they call it the queue, man.
The queue.
That's what cool people say.
Yeah.
But so basically, so now you can like make clans and create emblems and things like that.
You gotta take care of the clan.
You can take care.
Gotta take over that PK.
Not welcome in Destiny.
Yeah. Yeah, but clans,
cool. Which is cool. And then the guided games is essentially like, because if you didn't have a group of people to play like the raids or the Nightfall or trials or anything that required to have a fire team, a full fire team to do, you had to either you probably find like a website or the communities on like PlayStation or just not do it, which is what a lot of people did apparently. And now you can use guided games to hook up with a clan and be like, and run and do so you can hang out with the clan and just do stuff.
I wonder how much of that % of people that didn't complete the first raid was people that didn't do it because of those reasons, and then the % of people that just said fuck Destiny.
Yeah.
And stopped playing.
And the people that also didn't come back when the game was way better with the Taken King. Because that grind to get to the point to do the raid was fucking unbearable.
For the first two, like the first two, like we didn't even attempt the first raid until after
Taken King came out, right?
No, but the first time we tried Vault of Glass was after Crota's End came out.
Oh, yeah.
And then that ended up not working out.
Yeah, that didn't go well.
Also, we had 5 people, but...
Yeah.
And so... And then... That's one thing that, like...
But we didn't beat it until Taken King came out.
We didn't beat it until... Because we didn't try again until after Taken King came out. We're like...
Yeah, and then Taken King came out. I was like, wow, this progression's way better. We got good shit.
You can actually get to the point to do the raid relatively quickly. It's like not bad. So...
Yeah.
So...
Except when Rise of Iron came out, that was brutal.
Yeah.
But then they changed that, so everything's okay now.
Yeah, so like I just hope that, I mean, we'll probably see more gameplay at E3, more something. They'll probably announce exactly when the beta is at E3, so wouldn't be surprised if they drop the beta starts now for PlayStation owners thing at E3.
Yeah.
I hope the whole game is consistent though. The one thing about Destiny was that the first mission, like when you wake up in the Guardian, was so cinematic.
Mm-hmm.
Like you saw Fallen crawling up the walls and like things happening, and then after that it wasn't animated, it wasn't cinematic. Like I hope those cinematics continue throughout the game and not just like, oh man, the intro thing is really cool, and then it just kind of like simmers down and it's just routine.
I think it's based off the first mission. It seems like they toned that down and like, because I mean, when they do the stuff with like Ikora jumping on that ship, was that in game or was that a cutscene?
It was in game.
Oh, okay. Well, who knows?
I mean, I hope they just keep that kind of stuff consistent throughout the game.
I mean,
not just have like parts that are like so much better than others.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see why they would do that because now they've had stability to make a game. I think when they didn't before.
Yeah.
I just don't see any excuses for this game, honestly, because you have stability now. You're building off of another game that definitely wasn't perfect, but you're building off of some things that people really liked.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't see any excuse for this game.
Yeah.
Like, in a way, I think I'm going to be tough on this game. Like, I was tough on Destiny. I used to bitch about Destiny a lot. There were things I liked about Destiny, but I just don't think this game has any excuses, you know?
It really needs to hit. It honestly does. And
the shame is that even if it doesn't, people are going to eat it up.
Probably. But I think people need to temper their expectations on having a complete game with this, to be honest with you. I think if they said there's more story missions than before, cool. There'll probably be, a good amount of Crucible and multiplayer content, cool. The raid will probably launch a week or so later afterwards. Awesome. Hopefully Patrols is better, but honestly, like, they announced an expansion pass. You saw how Destiny 1 went. Let's keep our expectations in check.
I wouldn't be surprised though, at least with how, again, because how troubled Destiny 2 is. I'm not saying like it's going to be like completely like here's this thing, but like if if anything has to get cut last minute, that'll probably be in either of the expansions. But it won't be as bad as like we're gutting the game to make sure we have expansions. You know what I mean? I feel like it won't be that bad.
And I'm expecting it to not be a shit show, pretty much the whole way through. Hopefully, and if it's not a shit show, fuck, that's an improvement, man.
One thing I did notice is your character doesn't have any dialogue.
Yeah,
I guess they're done with that now because they had like a few lines in Vanilla Destiny.
Yeah,
there were a few lines, and there's that one. The fuck was her name? I haven't played it. So the robot lady that just was like watching you from a
stranger.
distance.
Yeah,
Stranger. What happened to the stranger? She gonna be in this game?
Who knows?
There's been no talk of her since, right?
Yeah, she fucking
like not even in the expansion.
Lauren Cohen collected her check.
Was that her?
Yeah.
Oh, holy shit.
Collected her check and then bounced from that shit.
And then I talked about the speaker like not being there, and you go like they went over and the whole fucking area of that was like gone. I wonder if the speaker is gonna be a bad guy now, or I wonder if they just killed him off.
Yeah.
Like
they couldn't pay Bill Nye.
It's so weird right now to like for a second to be like the story of Destiny, huh? But I'm actually thinking about the story of Destiny, like what's gonna happen.
And they actually gave like stuff for like Zavala and Ikora to do.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, oh wow, there's actual like character building stuff happening.
Characters.
Like,
there's
like,
characters. Maybe story. Holy shit.
I just think anything that's an improvement on the first game in terms of like just the campaign story side of it is an improvement. I mean, if they can just do better than that, and it's not hard to do better than that.
Have a little bit more.
But if they can at least keep it at the quality of the opening mission, I mean, that'll be. If they can hit that with just about every mission, I think that'll be a major success for this game. So we'll see.
I mean, I'm not gonna go at the. I mean, there'll probably be a mission or two here and there that'll be stinkers.
Probably.
I mean, even like Rise of Iron. Like Rise of Iron, I thought Rise of Iron had a lot of really good missions, but there was that one mission on Mars that was a stinker.
Yeah.
It's like, and even the Taken King had a mission or two that was like, this mission kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Like, but as long as like a majority of them and they're hitting like a pretty good quality, it's like, all right, this is a cool idea. Here we go.
Yeah. Just out of curiosity, in the game, did they ever have any kind of? Was there ever any kind of attempt to explain how your ghost voice changed from Peter Dinklage to someone else?
Because they just changed it, so now when you start the game,
so
you have
there's
somebody
no
else.
explanation ever. Okay.
Because now when you start the game, you just have somebody else.
Why they gotta do Peter like that, man? What if they bring him back for Destiny 2? He's like an evil ghost or some shit. He's the bad guy.
You got rid of me. Now I'm coming to get you.
Yeah.
It's like he's like a really short cabal.
That'd be awesome.
It's like you thought you got rid of me.
Yeah, and I hope the game launches with. It probably will. At least the one. I hope it launches with the quest system. That's
Some
been...
free silver, maybe. Ooh.
Yeah.
But gives you some fucking emotes.
Get me an email.
When they changed to having quests with the Taken King, way better. And then
Man, they should.
I hope it launches with it.
Well, I mean, they said there was going to be side quests. Like, the adventures, you're going to run into characters, and that's going to start up side quests.
Characters.
Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah, they did say that. That's every fucking game. And I know The Witcher 3 didn't do this. Like, they weren't the first game to ever do this. I'm hearing so many games now saying, like, oh, we're looking at The Witcher 3.
Yeah.
Like, running into people in the open world to start up quests. Assassin's Creed is looking at The Witcher 3. Like, games are all about The Witcher 3.
Witcher's just the best.
Yeah, that's going to be a game that it's kind of weird to think about now, but it's really going to be really inspirational for a lot of games.
Yeah. Yeah,
I mean, it changed a lot of games. Which is weird to think how many games before The Witcher 3 came out that did a lot of the stuff that's in The Witcher 3. But The Witcher 3 did do it in a different way. But that's going to be a game that's going to change a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be really interesting. Like, in years, we're going to look back and say, like, yeah. Witcher 3 changed some shit up.
Yeah. I feel like when it comes to, like, big RPGs and kind of changing some stuff, it was Skyrim and then it was The Witcher 3. And who knows what will be next. Cyberpunk. In 2020.
Final Fantasy VII.
Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yeah, they looked at The Witcher 3 real hard. It was great. Yeah. Anyways, that's Destiny 2. We'll be seeing a lot more of it, talking a
There
lot
was
more about it.
sex.
Yeah?
I don't know. The Witcher 3 probably got sex from Mass Effect, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah, I probably.
Or maybe
I don't know if there was.
What was the first game to have sex?
I don't know.
Like alien boob. First game to have alien boobs. Who knows?
Leisure Suit Larry's.
Leisure
On the
Suit. Yeah.
PS2.
Yeah,
Xbox.
that's probably a prime candidate.
Yeah.
Conquer's bad for a day.
Yeah.
You fight a giant turd in that game. I'm not
Anyways,
joking.
That's about it for the week. There's some like Ubisoft stuff that we'll get into when there's a little bit more to talk about there.
Witcher TV. Witcher Netflix.
Yeah, which could be really cool.
Richard.
Richard. Yeah.
If
I think it's
done
going to be
right.
based off the books and not the games. Probably
Yeah.
more likely than not.
They're from
Yeah.
Poland. It takes place in Poland.
I didn't know. Like I was listening to someone talking about the announcement of this and what the author of the Witcher books
He
said.
hates the games.
Yeah,
He
he
fucking
took a
hates
lot
these
of
shit
fucking
talk-
shots
yeah,
at them. I
he
didn't
talks a
realize
lot of
that.
shit.
He fucking hates the game.
And
He's
He's so full of shit now.
despite like you looking at numbers and the numbers saying that
In my
once the
opinion-
games came
in
out,
my opinion, I don't
that-
want to be sued.
that once the game came out, that like the games were popular because of his books, not that the games made his books more popular. And he maintains that, and he goes because the people I talk to say that, and it's like, well, yeah, of course people are gonna fucking tell you that, and it's
That's
like
some
you're
Donald
gonna.
Trump shit right
Yeah.
there.
He in that statement, like I didn't really realize it when I first read it, like how much shit he was talking on CD Projekt Red in a way. He was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna," he's like an advisor, creative advisor or something on this series. He's like, "I'm gonna make sure it stays true to the lore that I created and worked so hard to create, and all this shit." And I was like, "Okay, sorry." Sorry you fucked up when you sold the rights to CD Projekt Red to make fucking video games, and now they sell millions and millions of copies, and you're not getting a damn penny from it. It's not. It's not
all
their
your-
fucking
it's all
fault,
your
man.
fault there, Skipper.
Like, come on. Make sure it stays true to the source material. That's what he said.
Who knew an author could have such an ego in 2017?
Yeah. Hopefully,
Like, books are still big.
like
Video games are huge. Fucking TV, like Netflix is taking off. Movies have always been up there. Books is dying, yo.
And books
Is dying.
Books is still doing it.
Books is dying.
I mean, the Witcher books are popular, but I hope he's just not he doesn't have a stick up his ass the whole time we're doing this of like, oh well, we want to do this and maybe change that a little bit. He's like, no, you can't do that. It's got to be true, because sometimes things work better in books and that wouldn't work well on a screen.
Oh yeah, books. There's a lot of things that don't work well that work well on paper. You don't want to describe in minute detail two people fighting in a book because that gets boring. You do it in a page and a half, whereas on screen you drag that shit out for like 10 minutes.
Yeah. I still really like the idea of Nicolas Cage being Geralt, though. I just think it fits in every way.
What was the movie that he did? Something about a witch.
Oh, I know what movie you're talking about, but
Let me look
is
it
it
up.
witch? It's not. Well, no, because the last Witch Hunter was Vin Diesel.
Yeah. Our buddy Frank said that Johnny Depp should be Dandelion, which is great, but Johnny Depp would cost more than the entire budget this show has for a season.
Yeah.
Season of the Witch.
Season of the
It's
Witch.
really bad.
I don't doubt
it
it.
seems like it seems like a decent idea. I remember reading like the general plot because I was like looking at iTunes. It was like movies that were just like 99 cents rentals. I'm like, why the fuck now? I was looking so maybe I can rent something good for 99 cents. I look and I read like the description. Like that sounds decent, but Nicolas Cage in it. And I'm like looking around. I'm like, the plot seems like it's decent, but the movie's getting so many bad reviews. It's just
I need to
it's
see
not
for myself.
good. It's
I need
not
to see for
good.
myself, and then it's like, whoops.
Yeah.
So him even being in that kind of setting with like a sword,
Jim
and
Carrey.
that as Geralt,
Yeah.
someone that overacts playing someone with like no emotion. That could be interesting.
I just pictured that.
They get like 100. No,
He's dead. He did.
Big Show.
Big Show.
Big Show.
Brock Lesnar as a troll.
Just get like Emma Stone to be Yennefer.
Why don't she be
Or
Yennefer?
Triss. Yeah.
Be cool.
Kate
Yeah.
Beckinsale could be Yennefer.
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar could be Yennefer.
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar could be Yennefer. He could play that unicorn that you have. that girl
No one's gonna tell
heterosexual.
Brock Lesnar no. That's the
Yeah.
thing. He can be Yennefer he wants to be. No one's gonna tell him no.
I just hope with this though that it looks more, a little bit more like an HBO show and not a CW show. You know, in terms of like the costumes everybody has, the visual effects. Because I mean, I just feel The Witcher is something that you need a little bit of a budget for. You know, and
Good acting.
I feel like
That
I
too.
feel like Netflix is at the point where they can be like, we need a bit more money for this.
yeah. But I hope that they, you know, because I just feel like even from the start you gotta go all in on it. You know, to get it right. I hope they're not just like, well, we don't know about this and how much this will work, so we're only going to do this much, and then things don't look as good, and then people don't watch it because they couldn't get the right casting or visual effects or whatever, and then they don't get more seasons, and it's all about the dollars, man. The more dollars, I think, the better this can be. I mean, that's kind of true with just about everything in life, but yeah. Speaking of TV, though, you finished Iron Fist.
I did.
I haven't.
Don't watch it.
I haven't watched any of it.
What did you think of Iron Fist?
It's
You watched it really quick.
I did, and I hate
you,
myself.
Did you
for
want to
it.
just like drink yourself to sleep?
A lot of times, like I watched. There was a couple like episodes in where I'm like, this could actually maybe get very interesting. I think it was like,
It's the middle of the season. It's pretty cool.
yeah.
Where I'm like, yeah, this isn't too bad.
I think I watched 8, 9, 10, 11 all in one day.
Ugh,
Which it was like a,
God. Dude, it took me like a month to watch this shit. Only 13 episodes. I just couldn't.
like the problem is, so I have a couple problems, which is my main problem with
But a bitch ain't one.
with Danny Rand is the fact that he can turn his powers off, and it's like you're having these fight scenes. Just fucking make your fist glow and end it in 2 seconds. What the fuck are you doing? You don't need to have this fight. And then it was just like, oh yeah, right, I can fucking pull out the Iron Fist and end this fight now. It's like, you should have done that 5 minutes ago.
Mm-hmm.
So that bugs me sometimes. Like, I know they tried to put it in the plot, like, oh yeah, he can't just summon it whenever he wants. And I'm like, that's just a piss poor excuse to not want to do it.
Yeah, because they show that video of like another Iron Fist and his fists were
Both
lit
of them
up,
are lit
both of
too.
them. Like he's just killing everybody with
With
both
multiple
of his
Iron
fists.
Fists?
Apparently, this one's a fucking
Why is the
pussy.
show about this guy, not the guy that can double
I don't
fist
know.
people?
I would like to see that.
There
Lord, to be honest with you.
there was good ideas, and then some things just kind of like didn't work. Like the last episode kind of pissed me off.
The last episode's terrible.
Last episode pissed me off
It's
just because
so
like
bad.
it doesn't need to exist.
Yes.
Like you should have started this earlier and then have everything else kind of work.
Yeah, the last episode's really bad.
And they did the stuff with the hand in the second half of the season, and I'm like, this would have been this would have been really cool if I hadn't already seen Daredevil season 2. Like if I hadn't already seen this, then this could actually be compelling. But it's like you're not gonna try to convince me that they're good guys. It's not gonna work.
Yeah.
Colleen's a much better character than Danny is.
Davos is a much better character than Danny is.
Davos is a really
Awesome.
interesting character. Ward pissed me off for a while, but then he kind of got interesting.
Yeah.
And then it had fucking Faramir in it,
Mm-hmm.
and he pissed me off a little bit.
His character is just fucking absurd. It drives me fucking crazy. His character.
Like it's just in the hand. The hand is like just a big issue. It's just kind of like because nothing happens throughout the entirety of the fucking show.
Pretty much.
Nothing. And so it's like it's all riding on the fact that hey, remember these guys? They killed Elektra. Like yeah, these guys they're evil, and you're just supposed to already know that going in and just accept that. And they don't really build them up at all. And so it's just like
there was
every
no
movie, not every movie, but most movies, most TV shows now, it's like, that's the bad guy, you're just supposed to go along.
Yeah, like there was no stakes to the hand in Iron Fist.
Nope.
Like, in Daredevil, there really was.
Yeah.
And it felt like it. Especially the ending of it. It's like, damn. Where in Iron Fist, it just felt fucking lame.
Someone killed Elektra?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, the Hand are controlling us and stuff. It's like, well, it's fucking... Fuck off.
It's just
The Hand?
The Hand. That's what they're
That's
called.
what
They're
they're
called the
called.
Hand.
Yeah. To me, the biggest problem with Iron Fist is Danny Rand in every way. The writing and the acting.
Yeah.
Both of them fucking suck. 80% of the time.
I like his interactions with Colleen, and that's about it. Like, everything else about him pisses me off.
Yeah.
Like, it's like you're so much of a good person, you're not fun to watch.
Yeah, and like, I just can't take you seriously when you go, I gotta power up my chi. It's like, I know that's like an important part to like his character and all that stuff is this idea of chi. But it just never sounded right. His delivery was always so off with it. I was like, what the fuck? It's just so like weird. Like, I just felt like the scenes where he was like doing his stuff, he's like, or whatever, just didn't feel right, man. I don't know.
I think those didn't bother me at all. What really bothered me the most was like how he went so long with no development.
Yeah.
Like, there's the whole thing of like, am I the Iron Fist or am I Danny? And it's like, and he's trying to figure out, you know, whether or not he's one or the other. And he's like, I have to kill the Hand. But it's like, oh, I can't do this. And it's like, what the fuck are you going on about? You just admitted that you're not. And it's just, it fucking bothered me. Like, simply the fact that they just kind of went backwards, like, a lot. Like, they just kind of went in circles.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even Madame Gao wasn't as cool as she was. Like, she was just kind of there. And it's like...
Yeah. And I just, it always just really bothered me how he just didn't really think a lot. Especially towards the end, like, he just would just get so mad and not really think. And it's a big problem for a show about superheroes when you don't like the superhero and you don't like their delivery, you don't like their acting, their writing, nothing about them, and you can't get behind them. Like, that sucks.
He could be a good side character in the next season of Daredevil. That's what I decided. To have him just kind of be there. Because they both fight the same enemies, if the Hand's still around. There. Done.
Yeah.
You don't give him another season. He's the one that I don't want another season of.
Yeah.
I could maybe see Luke Cage, maybe. I want another season of Jessica Jones.
Mm-hmm. Like, it's not all awful, but I just feel when it is at its best, it's still weaker than even the weakest episodes of the other shows.
Yeah.
You know? Like, it just never gets to that point of like, whoa, like, wow, that was really, really good, you know?
I want to. The one thing I want to see somebody like, if like Danny were to use his powers, that could actually go up against him. So like, even though it'll be a very small thing, and I know it's not going to be a big thing, even though they try to set it up like it is. When he has to fight, when he ends up fighting Luke Cage a little bit. I know it's not going to be a huge thing. It's going to be done in 2 minutes. But, like, just have, like, a big thing of that. Of have him fight Luke Cage. That'd be, like, the best thing to do with him. Just to kind of,
I'm sure someone's acknowledged that, but that's kind of a dumb superpower.
What?
Someone with a really powerful fist.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. That's how specific superpowers get. Like, I know, and I was thinking this about Alien earlier. Sci-fi and fantasy, like, the best of the best rides that line of, like, awesome and just really stupid, but some of it really is like
just stupid.
Across that line.
Yeah, I feel on the point with
he just dipped his hand in some radiation. Is that still how people get superpowers? Radiation.
Yeah.
I also dip my fist in this.
I feel with the point of like
radiation.
There wasn't a lot of development for him when there should have been, but at the same time, it's probably a budgetary reason, to be honest with you. Potentially, because I feel to do what was it, Kunlun?
Yeah.
Right, where he did all his training, all that stuff. Like, you probably need some nice CG there, and they probably just couldn't do it because the scenes where you saw him there like looked fine, but not super great. Especially the one where he's walking in the snow with Davos, and it's like, I don't know. So, but that's a huge missing point, because you look at Luke Cage and there's that one episode that was pretty much all about his backstory, and that was awesome. Same, you saw a lot of it with Daredevil.
You saw a lot of it
with Jessica Jones. and that stuff was told to you more, where I feel if they were able to take one episode and just really give most of it to you right there, that could have helped a lot. But
I definitely agree. On the subject of Kunlun, I fucking don't understand the ending of the last episode.
So
the subject of
the
what?
way, so Kunlun,
it's like a mystical place where he went to a monastery.
Yeah, and that's where he went through. That's where he goes through his training to get the Iron Fist. There's only one chosen Iron Fist, and it ended up being.
And then
why did he get chosen?
That's a good point.
He's not a good pick for Iron.
Yeah, I still don't know. His buddy's really mad that he got chosen.
He's gonna kill him.
Yeah, so
take his fist.
And the whole point of the Iron Fist, which is kind of stupid in a way, is to always defend the gate to Kunlun. So they just kind of sit around
until an attack comes, and then they fight off the attackers, and that's it.
But he got his training done, and he wanted to go home because he was said to be dead. Or whatever, and he wanted to go home and get his business and all that kind of stuff. Whatever. So he's not there to defend Kunlun, and there was a lot of times where Davos said, "The gate is open. We gotta go now." And I'm assuming the hand, like you're defending it from the hand, and I'm assuming because the gate was open and no one was there, the hand.
But there was all the dead
destroyed it.
hand soldiers.
Yeah,
out front. So I just assumed that their attack got repelled because they're all dead out front.
I would assume some of them, but most of them got through and destroyed the place.
Probably.
Or something. That's the thing with Iron Fist. Everything about it sounds fucking stupid. Like you're talking
especially
about
the hand.
Talking about the hand does this. Talking about your chi, your fist.
I think of a hand.
And like he goes through that of like, oh, he's trying to explain that he was at this mystical place that's not really real, and all this stuff, and everybody laughs at him, but then your audience is also laughing at you because your delivery sucks and the writing sucks. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Finn Jones needs to get his shit together because I mean we're stuck with him now. Yeah, unless they kill him.
So the head of the bad guys are just trying to kill the fist or whatever.
God, if they just want to like take over the world.
They just you never tried to talk to them.
Shit.
You never talked to the hand?
Yeah, they're ninjas.
To the hand?
They're just
cool,
ninjas.
That was a good fucking joke. Fuck off.
I got you. Yeah, they're just ninjas who want to take over the world, man.
Ninjas.
They're fucking ninjas.
Oh shit, is Vanilla Ice in there?
Yeah. Vanilla Ice is a member of the hand.
Iron Fist, it's so...
Say that you're a member of the hand just sounds like you jerk off a lot. Yeah, I'm a member of the hand.
I am the hand.
That sounds fucking stupid though. Mm-hmm. And with all due respect to the creators of the show, it sounds fucking stupid.
Like I said,
they're definitely watching.
Colleen's the best part of that show.
Yeah,
her character is actually interesting, and I like the actors in it.
Colleen and Claire. Claire's always good.
I don't understand why she's in there.
I don't understand why she's in this one, but she still is solid.
She's solid, but it's like at least every other like even the references. That's another thing that I was going to mention that bothers me. Is like there's so many references all over the place in this show because Hogarth shows up a couple of times.
Is that guy from Game of Thrones or something?
Yeah, no, but
sounds like it. Sounds like it would
be. They allude to Jessica Jones at one point.
They're gonna be in a show together.
They allude to Luke Cage with Claire's letters. Like, but all of them make sense, and they're so small that it's like, sure, you can have this little short thing. And like Luke Cage being in Jessica Jones for like half the season, that makes sense. I mean, they're married in the comics, you know. Claire being there with Luke Cage, they made that make sense. Whereas Claire being there, it's like you just happened to meet Danny and happened to be there when he showed up and wanted Colleen to do something, and now you're brought into all this, and it's like
she doesn't
just do anything.
Yeah, well,
she gets in like one fight.
It's just weird to have her in all these shows, and then she doesn't say like, yeah, I know a guy named Luke Cage. He's invincible, you know.
She always says like I know a bunch of people with gifts.
But you would imagine that the fourth time around you would say something.
Yeah,
more specific.
Like, God damn it! Why do I keep running? Or that you'd bring these people in. That you just be like, fuck it. I'm bringing Matt into this.
Yeah, I got my boy. He'll help
I'm
you out.
bringing Matt into this.
Matt Bolton. Just bringing a bunch of people into
Bringing
this.
the snaggy nuts.
I'm still looking forward to the Defenders.
The Defenders would be cool because 3/4 of the Defenders is cool.
And maybe Iron
I
Fist.
realized I just said saggy nuts.
Yeah.
And maybe he'll be better in there when he's not the focus.
I mean,
He'd be a great side character.
Yeah, he really.
Where you don't have to actually give him a lot of screen time and a lot of like development.
Yeah.
Because I mean, they didn't do one of those things all that well in the show anyway.
Yeah.
So. Fucking
Yeah,
shit.
all that sounds bad.
Yeah, it's not good.
It's not the worst thing I've ever seen, but it's not good either.
What's the worst thing you've ever seen? Not counting your mama's ass.
Oh, what's the worst?
Mama's tits.
The worst thing like ever.
Worst thing ever.
Yeah, out of everything you've ever seen in your life.
I mean,
that you've looked at.
I sat through Fantastic Four. That was pretty bad.
No, not just movies, but like anything you've ever looked at, like anything you've ever seen with your eyes.
That gets just.
I mean, that goes into some deep parts of the internet that I don't want to talk about.
Yeah, but I mean, Fantastic Four might be the worst movie that I've ever seen.
Fan Four Stick was pretty bad.
I wish Netflix had more movies, like modern movies.
You do. You just gotta get disc to pay for.
What?
You can order
You
like
gotta
a disc.
pay for the disc option.
They still do the disc thing that they used to,
Yeah.
where they send you discs. That's how you get like current movies.
Yeah.
You can't
Oh, why
get
is
it through
that
the service.
fucking?
Because that way you pay
Yeah.
more money to get.
I know what you
I
mean.
don't want to
though.
pay more money.
Like they don't have a great selection of new movies to stream.
They have like Finding Dory,
Captain America.
Zootopia,
Disney.
the
I think,
Civil War thing.
I think Moana's on there.
Yeah.
Moana?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think it's on there.
Doctor Strange is on there now,
Doctor Strange.
or in a few weeks.
I mean, like I want some like more sci-fi stuff. I don't know, sci-fi fantasy stuff on there, like newish.
Yeah.
A lot of the sci-fi fantasy stuff, like looking through the movies, are just bad movies.
Yeah.
Like just bad movies.
Dude, there's plenty of bad movies on Netflix.
Yeah.
Like all over the place. I wonder if Netflix has to know. They have to know.
Also, Netflix doesn't really like even a lot of their original movies aren't the greatest.
They're not.
Like they don't.
Some of the documentaries are alright. Some of the
documentaries are. Some of them are really fucking good, but like Adam Sandler's movies aren't knocking it out of the park.
I still want to watch some of his movies.
Yeah.
Just 'cause I'm curious. I mean, I guess that's
the one
how
where
they
he
get it off for
faked,
free.
whatever the one was where he faked his own death.
The do-over?
Yeah, I think
That's a
something like
show, I think. Is that a show?
It was him and Kevin.
Spacey.
Not Kevin Spacey.
David Spade?
David Spade. Why did I go
Yeah,
Kevin Spade?
that's
David
a
Spade.
show,
That's what
I
I meant.
think.
That's a show.
I saved that to my list.
Yeah.
I got distracted by the squeakiness in my chair. I'm sorry. It's late. My brain don't work good.
Anyways, I think that's about it.
What was that, like 50 more seconds ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's the weekly breakdown. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna stretch this out to hit an hour.
Did an hour?
Whatever.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching though, or listening, or doing whatever. There's some stuff on the channel that you can watch, or listen, or do whatever.
You jerk off. I
Comment.
don't care.
If you have feedback, like, comment,
Comment.
subscribe.
Yeah. Comment. There's
Post this. Share this
awesome
on
stuff.
all the social medias.
And if you're gonna comment and say something, dumb,
We're just
not
gonna say
critical
thank
in a great way, just thanks for watching.
I'm just gonna turn it off. If it hits an hour, I'm just
Yeah.
gonna fucking turn it off. You keep
5,
talking.
4, 3, 2, 1, go.